What's up, guys? This is Vaughn from Simply Hawkward, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Chase.
Hello.
And welcome back to an episode of Fanboy Talks, where we talk about everything fanboys care about. Today, we're going to talk about kind of a few things, but are all technically, they're all somewhat under the same category. First, we're going to talk about whether it is ethically okay, or I guess...
Okay in general.
Yeah, if it's ethically okay for early access games to exist, or to charge downloadable content for an early access game. And you think it is.
I think it's good.
You think it's good?
Yes.
Any special reason why?
Well, because, when you do that, it's like funding the game to get better. So the more money that people put into that $40
game
early access game, they're getting that back, hopefully, if the company's good. They're getting that back through updates that are to be released later in the game. Or maybe they're able to add more staff members. Or maybe they're able to add more something or other to the staff to make it a little bit better.
See, I think that's a good point. That's definitely a good point. Because I wasn't thinking it in that way, that when you pay for the expansion packs, I guess you're kind of paying for the game to get better.
But that's just a hope.
Well, a lot of games nowadays, you don't, when you buy expansion packs and everything, you're not even guaranteed for the game to get better.
But then...
Specifically, this is just my opinion, but specifically Destiny, you paid for, each DLC pack, and you weren't even guaranteed for the game to get any better. You were just hoping that it was, and then it ended up, not. Or at least in my opinion.
I think it got worse.
The Taken King, I think it got better, but other than that, I think the rest of it is just... It was just kind of a casualty.
But here's the thing that, I'm going to throw into that, is if they don't do, charging for early access, let's say, the game Paragon. That is in technical early access right now. It went through a closed beta, an open beta, an early access. It's still technically not out yet.
Yeah.
But they're still charging $60 for it.
I think it's okay to charge for the game.
Yes,
but
okay.
Paragon gives you the expansions and everything for free.
But the reason they can do that
is because they have microtransactions.
Is because there are microtransactions.
Yeah.
And I don't believe, I've never bought any, but in no way does it give you an advantage in the game.
Yeah,
it gives you
just
skins.
It's just like League of Legends. They're microtransactions, the riot points. You just buy skins and shit.
I played League of Legends for 5 minutes.
They're every MOBA basically has that. You pay for skins for the most part.
Yeah, and that's fine. And then I think they also have you have a slight chance to get coins, and coins are the stuff you purchase with real money, and then you can buy XP boosts out of the game, not the in-game XP, but after the match you get XP. So it's stuff like that. But yeah, I think I would encourage them to
I would encourage I think
$60.
This is the only time I'm okay with microtransactions, because I think microtransactions are good as long as they're giving you the expansions for free.
But in a lot of the time, they charge for the microtransactions, but then at the beginning it's just skins, and that's fine. But then eventually, sometimes it moves towards actual things that will help. In game.
Pay to win is just a stupid model.
Yeah, and I've never really liked that, but it makes sense because people are gonna pay it.
Yeah, people are definitely gonna pay it. It's pretty obvious. Specifically, what got us on this topic was we were talking about Ark Survival Evolved on the PS4 and how they released it, and on the PC you could buy it separately without the downloadable content, without the expansion pack. But on the PS4 you can't. And I don't think that's ethical, because it's in early access. I don't believe in paying for something that is in early access. But,
So your thing is that it's not 100% done.
It's not done, so you shouldn't pay for it.
See, that's where I also differ.
I believe in paying the initial price, but anything that they add on to it, until it is 100% until it is out on the market, it should not... They shouldn't charge you for anything extra they put in.
That makes sense, but another thing I'm looking at, in this gameplay, that was kind of BS. She just strung combos together, and and you're the one that's out of mana. Or stamina.
Stamina.
But one thing I look at in these games is... Okay, I'm getting very distracted by the gameplay.
It's very distracting. Me being such a badass.
Yeah.
Just kidding, I'm just getting my ass kicked, so...
Good thing me and Forrest showed up.
Yeah.
But when they do release these games, and the way I look at it is, let's say you get, what's the newest Call of Duty? Infinite Warfare. You get Infinite Warfare. And you know eventually there's going to be DLC, and the DLC is like, I don't know, $15.
There's already DLC out. Sabotage is 15.
Okay, well, I haven't played Call of Duty. Well, I have, but...
I was just saying, yeah, there's the DLC out, yeah.
But yeah, and you're going to expect to pay $15 for that. Well, that game, at that point, technically isn't 100% complete because there's stuff coming out.
I think the game is complete. They're just adding on to it.
Okay, well then that means it's not complete.
The actual game is complete because you can play through the storyline. You have a multiplayer experience. You can pay. My big difference is I can pay for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, but it is my choice to pay for DLC. I don't have a choice to just buy Ark Survival. I have to buy it in the Survivors pack with the DLC.
In this one scenario for this one DLC.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the dumb thing.
Okay,
and I mean, after this, they might put out more expansions that
are probably going to cost.
I have a choice to pay for it. I'm okay with that. If you have a choice to pay for it, 100% okay with it.
See, that makes more sense than
But
just...
if you don't have a choice, that just annoys the shit
See, that
out
makes
of me.
more sense. You should have mentioned that before. Because you don't have the choice. So if they charged you...
If they charged
what if the
me
game
like
was $5 less?
If they charged me the $20 that game is worth without the DLC, I would be okay with that, because then I'd probably like the game and then pay for the DLC. I just think they should give you the choice whether or not to pay for it.
That makes more sense than just trying to argue the fact that the game's not 100% complete. Because in most scenarios, no game's 100% complete unless it's just a story-driven... Actually, even story-driven games can get DLC.
Yeah.
So... that makes more sense, because we were arguing before this, but we were yelling, so we didn't want to record it because that would get annoying. We were yelling, and it was like, it was a good argument, but it just didn't make sense.
But now it makes more sense.
Now it makes more sense. You just don't want to have to pay for it.
I don't want to have to pay for it. I want the option to pay for it. Because in my mind, the standard Ark Survival, just by itself, is not worth $54.
Okay, I played the game, and I paid actually, I got it on sale for like $45 or something. But I played the game while it's without even playing the DLC, and I would still pay $60 for this base game.
I believe that. It might be good.
It is really good, but one thing that really sucks is the whole server issues.
That's my deal, is that you're on a server and you're not even guaranteed that this will keep going.
The servers
just end.
The servers suck. I'll tell you that right now. But when they don't suck at like 3 in the morning, they're pretty good.
When they don't suck, they're good.
They're just not very good at handling a lot of people.
That's what a server is for.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying is that we paid that $44, $45, hoping that with that extra money for the DLC or whatever, they can fix, or they can have more people on the team to fix out these kinks. Because it's a great game, but you'll get rubber band. If you don't know what rubber band is, it's just like a big lag spike. You will get that lag spike, and it just kind of ruins a few minutes of the game because you're all over the place.
I definitely think this is the big difference between what I mean when a game is done and when a game is in early access. Because when a game is done, you're guaranteed to have what you have. When you play these games, it's yours, you have it. When you play Ark right now, they can shut down that server and it's done. Like the server that you play on, they can shut it down and all your progress, everything you worked for is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big difference for me.
They could do that.
I mean, if they did it, let's say like the Call of Duty thing. If they did end up like shutting down one of the like hundreds, thousands, whatever servers that they have, you still have everything that you had before.
But see, here's the thing. I'll give you an example with Call of Duty is they have the power to shut anything down.
That's very true. They have stolen our friend's XP and everything, his levels before.
Because he got to level 22.
Because he leveled too fast.
Really fast.
They did it actually several times.
They did it twice.
They thought he was cheating.
Because they thought he was cheating. And he wasn't. He was playing with us.
Yeah, we were literally playing with him.
And he's just really good at objectives and just the game in general, so he was getting levels much faster than we were. We
True.
were probably like 12 and he was like 25.
This is a fair point. I see where you're getting at with this.
So they have
they
the
can take
power.
away anything.
They have the power to do whatever they want, but they typically don't, and that's actually the first case I've ever heard of it.
I think
like,
it's mostly just it's more secure playing on a game that is on the market, like had a publisher and everything. It's 100% out. Versus like an early access game, it's like not secure. You can lose everything in just like a moment's notice. The game could just not exist anymore.
But one thing that I also could throw out there is you would say Rockstar is a fairly big company, correct?
Rockstar's huge.
Okay, they're huge. Do you remember what happened the first month of Grand Theft Auto 5's release?
When their servers went down?
No online for
blackout?
the first month.
Yeah, that was bullshit. Or actually, no. It wasn't the server blackout. Is that the Align did not exist.
It didn't exist.
Like they were saying coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no? Like, this is pretty much the only reason I got the game.
Yeah, they gave the online later.
Yeah, which was total horseshit.
Yeah.
And for someone like Rockstar to do that, it's like,
It's
I guess
definitely bullshit.
I guess anyone could do that at this point. Because Rockstar's huge, and they even had to, I guess, technically delay it. So,
Yeah.
I mean...
Very true. I mean, that is a solid point, like, even in that scenario. But as far as I know, for the most part, Rockstar hasn't, like, shut off a server completely obliterated somebody.
And they did make it right. I'll say that. They made it right because they made all the DLCs free.
Yeah, that's
why
good.
they made it free.
I believe that.
I actually heard it. I don't know 100%, but I heard that that's why all the DLC is free.
I believe that.
Because they realized that, oh, shoot, people really wanted to play online when they got the game. Yeah, no, duh, that's why most of us got the game.
I guess this is a good segue into another piece of this. Based on ethics, are, like, membership fees ethical? Because you pay for the console, you pay for the game, but to get a portion of the game, you had to pay an additional.
Let us get this. Are you talking about?
I'm talking about PlayStation Plus.
Or are you talking about?
I'm talking about Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus.
But are you talking about like in Final Fantasy how you pay for that?
No.
Okay, so you think
I'm not
that's
talking
okay?
about that because you pay to play that game versus like you.
But you also had to pay the amount. But
you had to pay the amount.
But that's for like to keep the game going and everything. I understand that.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's
I'm
my
talking
thing.
about like paying Sony to let you play a game online that is nothing to do with
Here's my thing about that is if they stayed consistent, I would be fine with it.
If they gave you like there are perks to having it.
That is true.
There's perks to having it, but they're not consistent.
But they're always perks.
Yeah.
They've always been perks since the PS3 came out. On the PS3, you didn't have to be pro to play online. That's what I'm talking about, consistency.
You didn't have to have plus.
Or pro, plus, whatever. You didn't have to have it to play online. That's where I'm talking about consistency.
Oh, they changed it with the PS4?
Because they changed it with the PS4. I'm 100% fine with the Xbox doing it because
they
they've always done it.
Yeah.
But the PlayStation, it just came out and it was like, hey, guess what? You have to pay for online now. That sucks because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a cheap bastard. The only reason that I got the PlayStation over the Xbox... Actually, I had an Xbox 360. Sold it for a PS3 because it had free online.
Yeah.
And luckily...
That was a big draw to the PS3s.
When the PS4 came out, I actually had a job. I was too young when the PS3 came out. Or when the Xbox One or 360 was out. I was too young to have a job. But then I had a job when the PS4 came out, so I was like, okay, $50 a year, that's not bad. Yeah. But then what would stop me from going to Xbox at that point?
True. Does it annoy you that they charge
trophies.
more for it now? Because it's $60 for a year now instead of $50.
It doesn't, because I'm getting paid more now,
I mean,
so it's like...
It annoys me that they're charging more, but they still haven't seemed to give you, like, better quality like they promised.
Like I can't change my name.
You can't change your
That's
name.
what I want to do.
They said they were going to continue to give you great quality, and they were talking about the games. And, like, the games that they're giving for free aren't bad. They had, I think it was Not a Hero. That one wasn't bad. They had Little Big Planet 3 wasn't bad. They gave, like, Transformers Devastation.
Little War or something?
The little one. It was, like, something. I forget. But they've given out some good free games. But it seems like a lot of the time, like, especially on Vita, they're giving out some shitty games. And it's really annoying. Like, I'm just not a fan of it. Because they need to stay consistent in that regard for me. Is them to give out good games like they promised.
And they don't have to be brand new games either. Just
old good games.
Yeah.
Give me some indies. Give me some... Let me... I don't know. Kind of like let me choose in a way. But for the most part, that's the end of this episode. If you guys liked it, make sure you click that like button. If you guys want to, let us know how you felt about any of these topics down in the comment section down below. Make sure you subscribe for all of our upcoming content. We post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And make sure you stay tuned to Simply Hawkward for literally everything. Alrighty, I hope you have a good one. Bye.